Maybe we'll meet at fall. I got that Janet Jackson song in my head. Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. I'm Nika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And we're going to be talking about love. I'm also trying out this trick. They say that if you put on red lipstick, that it like this is me sans makeup. I've been working on my skincare. Anyway, I'm trying. They say if you put just red lipstick on, it's supposed to distract from like any skin issues or not having any makeup on and all that sort of stuff. But I need to see, so we're gonna wear glasses, and I want my granny cat eyes. It's cute. It's a thing. I'm also eating all the things they tell you not to do, but we do our own thing over here, right? So nobody's here yet, but that's okay. I'm gonna get into it. I have some shrimp egg rolls and some sauce. I got my water. Get your snack if you're watching this on the replay. But I do want to talk about the dynamic power of love in a witch's life, specifically this witch. But welcome to Leap Taken. I'm Nika here at Leap Taken. I talk all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And don't forget to like the video. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate that. Hit the join button to join Leap Taken membership. Hey, Ken. Um, if to join Leap Taken membership, there's wonderful perks like deep discounts over at my website, leaptaken.com, and member only videos. And this particular month, I'll be sharing my spring equinox ritual, private ritual that I do for myself if you become a member, and it supports the channel, and that's great. So if you like the content, support, and it's not a lot, so you know there's value, like 40% off, deep discounts over at leaptaken.com. Okay, so we're gonna dive into something I consider very powerful. I feel like I'm not looking in the right way. Let me fix this. I made the whole thing too big. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the power of love. I'm gonna hit these water goals if it's the last thing I do. Okay. Love is a dynamic force in witchcraft specifically. It's not, and I have my notes here because I want to go over a lot. Um, I don't think love is just an emotion. I think it's a universal energy that we can tap into, that we can harness and direct toward transformation, protection, prosperity, and so much more. I believe my life is living proof of that, by the way. So, this is actually something I feel very strongly about. I always say love is kind of my superpower because if it's in the name of love, I can do all things. This isn't just about romantic love, by the way. A lot of times people hear when you start talking about being a love witch or you're connected to love, love as an energy source, something you're tapping into, people assume, and I get why, because we live in a society where that's kind of made like the main point of life is to find your person, your partner, your soul tie, your other half. And I'm not saying that's a negative thing to think like that. I'm really not. I don't. I believe that if you believe it, then it's true. Um, I believe that a love partner can be more than just romantic love. In it, even if it is romantic love, I feel like it can be more than one romantic partner in the course of your life. Um, I feel like I've met people who I felt really strongly connected to, and it didn't work out. And then I met another guy and had a very similar experience. Like I really felt very strongly connected to him. But I think it was up to a certain point. I don't know if it was meant to be like this till death do you part type love. I don't know. That's me. But that's more about that. Um, but it's not just about romantic love that I'm talking about. It's about self love, divine love, love for the craft, and the way love moves through the universe. So, today we're going to explore how we can use love as a powerful magical tool, how to bring more love into our lives, and how love affects our manifestations, protection work, and overall witchy practice. So, let me know in the comments, even if you catch this later, how do you bring love into your craft? Do you have like a self love ritual or a love based spell that you swear by that works all the time? And if this is tickling your your mind a little bit in a positive way, boy oh boy do I have something for you, but I'll get into that later. Um, so the power of self-love in witchcraft. So what is self-love really? Beyond self-care routines, it's about honoring your energy, setting boundaries and treating yourself like sacred space. Full stop. That means we don't do this thing um when we see ourselves that all we do is see what's wrong with us. Oh, I hate this. Oh, why is my hair? Oh, why is my skin? Oh, why? Oh, I'm too heavy here. We don't do that. We don't judge, constantly keep negatively judging ourselves. And oh, by the way, I just took a spiritual bath. I catch myself naked and I'm speaking negatively about the way I look to myself into a mirror. Could you imagine? Don't like, we're not doing anything like that. We see ourselves as sacred space. Are there things that we would like to maybe, I wouldn't even say improve? Are there things that we want to transform for better mobility? Um, to feel better in this skin? Yes, but I don't like speaking negatively about myself, but I'll talk more about that. So self-love is an act of rebellion and protection in a world that often teaches us to put ourselves last. Specifically for Black women, this is definitely going to hit home for us. Self love is something a lot of Black women learn how to do in some capacity, probably at a young age than I think I see it Black American women than any place else, in any other group of women that I've seen before, because it's self-love. That's how we survive. We have to constantly big up ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves, learn the way we outwardly look, learn our culture, how we move. It's there's so much that I think that I wouldn't even say it's innate. We're kind of forced to at a young age. And it is an act of rebellion in a society that doesn't deem you as beautiful. um, So, how low self worth weakens our magic. A lack of belief affects your spell work, your manifestations, and your energy work, right? Um, it's not to say that as a witch you can have, like, we all have our low days or days. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Oh, and I never criticize myself. Of course, we all have our moments. I catch it and I try to transmute that energy. Um, and if I don't catch it, gratefully I have wonderful women, witches, and women of sorts in my life where if I speak those words out loud, someone around me is going to correct me. I'll never forget. This is a couple years back. I don't even remember what I was saying, but it was negative self talk. But I said it out loud. And my daughter heard me and said, "Hey, don't talk about my mom like that." And I was like, "Yes, you're right. Thank you." um, but we're going to talk about self love in magical practice. So, glamour magic comes to mind. So, enchanting your beauty products, your jewelry, your clothing to enhance confidence. Confidence. Notice I'm not saying, oh, to attract the male gaze or whoever you're attracting. No, that's no, 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 no. I mean, that can be a fun side effect. And that can also boost your confidence, by the way. But it's about just being a walking enchantress, you know? Um, if you choose to use it that way, that's great. But the key is confidence. Mirror work. I kind of alluded to that, but speaking affirmations, not negative talk. Speaking affirmations into the mirror, like I am powerful, I am love, I am magic, and believing it and just saying it until you somewhat, I mean, keep saying it until you feel cringe and ridiculous. Work through those initial things. That's okay. That's the mundane part. Feel silly, feel crazy. Keep saying it anyway. Bath rituals. So, um, using like rose petals and jasmine, maybe pink salt and honey to infuse yourself with love and energy. If you're not somebody who feels confident or comfortable taking these things like that into your making your own potions and bath products and stuff like that. There's plenty on the market right now, um, for a lot of places where they already have like a sea salt scrub or something like that. There's people making all kinds of stuff, honey infused. So if you want to buy from somebody, do that instead, because not everybody wants to do that. But if you do, have a little fun with it. If you're like me and the bathroom that you use, well, we have two, but the one I use has a stand-up shower. It doesn't have a tub. So I like using like the tea bags you can buy, or a mesh cloth or something you can strain with. And I like to put those all the herbs and all the blends in them. And I have a detachable shower head, so I can tie it and then it'll just like drip all over me. Or the shower, it'll through the bag, everything comes down. I like doing that. If in a pinch, you can have a prepared vessel and then you can just pour that standing in the shower as well. It's a couple different ways you can do that if you don't have a bath. But those are just some of the ways as far as like a bath ritual. So I use the term bath loosely because I don't want to use the other bathroom that has a bath in it. That feels weird now. My daughter, we separate. We don't share the same space. Candle magic for self-worth. So like using pink and or white candles, writing your name, and empowering words on the candle, or even sigils for that matter. Anoint with excuse me, like a love oil, a prepared oil. And you can say those affirmations: I'm worthy, I'm divine, I am love, I am an enchantress, I'm a goddess incarnate, whatever you want to say. And then sigil work. So creating sigils for self-love and carrying them in like in your phone case or your wallet or on your altar, wherever you want to do it. I like doing stuff like that. And these were all like doing self love in your magical practice. So, how self love strengthens our witchcraft. When we respect our energy, our spell work becomes stronger and more effective. I'm going to repeat that. When we respect our energy, our own energy, our spell work becomes stronger and more effective. You are bigger than we have more power than we realize. It's one thing on your own if you're fortunate enough to have a collective that you can tap into with their energy and it's open, honest. You'd be surprised what you can do. And just the love of so I'm speaking, I guess, of having a coven or something like that. I'm fortunate and happy that I have that. So I feel like I don't feel I can tap into their energy. Same with me. And that works wonders, even like connecting with them, but for self love. But I have to respect my energy as a high priestess of the coven. I really have to respect the energy that I bring because I don't want to, whenever we meet or we're working on something, the last thing I want to do is sort of muddy the energy waters, coming in with bad energy. So I try to respect my energy, meaning I know when I need peace, I need quiet. I know when I don't. I want to be outside. I want to play. I want to have fun. And like my inner child is screaming for some fun and to go do something. And I want to express that energy. And how I express that energy is honoring that as well. Okay, so love raises your vibration. I don't know if anybody picked that up. Meaning like your manifestations might come faster or clearer. Have you noticed? And I'm going to dip into this because this is how a lot of people recognize it. When you are actually, especially like in a talking phase with a romantic partner, and they're complimenting you and you're feeling it, the possibilities, and it's just very heady and it feels good. A lot of people recognize that, and your vibrations are high. People say, "Oh, look at you. Oh, you look happy." And it's not that you don't experience this when you're not with a romantic partner. It's just that, again, back to what I said earlier, our society ties, like they make romantic love kind of like the ultimate love. There's nothing better than that, when that's just not true. Also, let's not like measure love like that, but it it's not. It's not the only. It's not like the best and the most strongest or something like that. Like, have you seen a mother with her kids? Even the kids that's taking her out on her last nerve. Have you ever seen like an elderly, like she's elder mother? So I'm talking like somebody over 80 years of age, and how some of them are still like, when it comes to their kid, like especially in this day and age, like with their sons specifically, that love is not going, it's strong. Like that love has outlasted every other kind of love, it appears. Not that I'm saying it's more, but I'm, yeah. But that, for some people, I feel like it's keeping them alive. The love of their kids, they love them so much, they want to be here and still guide them and help them. And it raises the vibrations to the point it's literally keeping them animated. That's a crazy example, but that's what I wanted to give you something that you would know. But that love does raise your vibration. When on a different level, I've published two books. They're basically low content books, essentially, it's official title. They're available on Amazon, and I'm going to talk about them on Friday. They're available now. The reason I haven't went full blast is because we're in the process of a boycott with Amazon. Yeah, so I'm held back. But Friday, I'm gonna bring them out and talk about them. And I have a Love Witch book of shadows that I've created. The intention is to provide the front facing information. Thank you. And then the rest is a blank notebook for you to essentially, with beautiful pages, for you to fill in with your own works. And you don't have to specifically be a love witch to have the book. But as someone who's been spending time over the last, I want to say, since 2021, intentionally focusing on love magic, self love magic specifically, to help with healing and a lot of other things. Yeah, this book was a long time coming. It's just one of the many facets and aspects of my craft that I wanted to express. But I recognize, and I personally know a love witch, and I know glamour witches, and um, I didn't see a lot of that. And but I know one of the biggest things is people struggle with, like, what do you put in the front of the book, especially for things like love witch and glamour witch? It's not so obvious. So I created something, but the big reveal is gonna be on Friday. I'm kind of excited about it too. Dang you, Amazon, and your filthy ways. Anyway, okay, so I kind of alluded to self love being a game changer for me, self love magic, I should say. When I started prioritizing self love, I feel like everything in my practice became a little bit more effective. Like even money spells, protection spells, even like speaking affirmations. So when I talk about like, oh, you're gonna feel uncomfortable and cringe staring in a mirror saying these words. If you don't have a mirror, just like pull up your phone and talk into your phone and do it like that. Just use the camera, and just talk and say the words. It works same way, same thing. But yeah, it's eventually you believe it. Eventually you buy in. Eventually you connect with the words and you really believe it. One of the things that I say, um, when I think I'm feeling a little insecure, is like, why not me? Um, when when I'm doing something I've never done, and I feel like I'm reaching in a space that is not familiar to me. That was YouTube. At one point, that was writing a blog. That was writing in general. That was, starting a business. Leaptaken.com is his own business. So even though I wasn't on YouTube, I still had that. Not that I'm going anywhere anytime soon, but you get what I'm saying. But I always say, well, why not me? I'm it could be me. It could be me doing well or successful or whatever it is, the goal that I have. Why not me? Sometimes you just need to say that. Why it can happen for me. And I'm not asking anyone to answer the question for me. It's more of a declaration. um, but yeah, making a point to prioritize self-love. I did a video a while back. I think it's been about a year at least, or maybe it was probably from like the year before. I think it was 2023. And I talked about calling my power back to me. Um, After being somebody's wife for so many years, after being mommy for so, oh, I'm still mommy, but after being to little kids, um, there's so much you invest in that stage for some of us, so much you invest in those stages of life, and no longer being a mommy to little kids, no longer being in that relationship that I was in. Uh, I called my power back, and I wanted to be selfish, and I wanted to focus on self, and that requires self-love. I've gotta see after the fallout of having babies and raising them and not always putting myself first and being in relationships where I didn't prioritize myself enough and my energy and respect my energy. So I called it back to myself, and I must say, it worked. It worked great. It worked great, and I feel really great. I feel really good. This is me. Like, and I'm just giving my own personal testimony about this. This isn't just talk. This isn't just a topic for me. Learning to truly love myself and how I thought, and being okay if I'm a little off, and not and being okay with uh, the way I just present to the world energetically and physically. And sometimes this won't always be the same because I'm not always the same. I feel different on some days, I'm a woman who loves to follow the seasons. The will of the year is a witch, and um, I also have a call to the moon and the phases and how I express myself that way. That's why you'll see me. I'll change my hair color. I like to do different things sometimes with makeup a little bit, lipstick and the clothing. Sometimes I want a pretty dress, and other times I want, a t-shirt and jeans and shorts. And sometimes I just want to look, like a real hoochie. I'm from that age, so I really could tap into it. Some days I want to come out here, and I think I need to explore that a little bit more, like truly, like gold bangles, the multiple gold chains, and just like express what I really loved when I was younger, the women I looked up to, and express that. But the point is, I accept me. I respect my energy. I love myself that I am comfortable, even though I'm walking around with all these I think they're weird because they're plain and boring people out in the world who might look at me a certain way. Why is that 51? Well, I'll be 51. Why is this 50 plus year old woman wearing these short dresses and stuff like that? And because she wants to, because she can. That's why. And she loves herself and she's not looking for validation. It's because it's comfortable. I might be hot and I feel comfortable and I think I look good. That's why. It's a level of self love, excuse me, that fuels that level of confidence that I really don't care what people have to say or what's appropriate. I could care less. That has manifested into my magic in ways. Again, I did a quantum leap spell last leap year, and it has worked. It worked so good. It worked a little too good. Like it really threw me into where I said I wanted to be. For me to even think to do that and have those intentions required a level of confidence that came from me loving myself. Let me fix this stress. It's pulling down. Anyway, yeah, self-love has been instrumental in just so many the mundane aspects of my life and my magic. So let's talk about love as an expression in witchcraft. So, love as a living, breathing energy in our craft. Love is woven into everything. The way we cook, kitchen witches, the way we speak, your charms, your enchantments that you speak, um, the way we set our intentions. I think love is an offering. So, to your spirits, your ancestors, your deities, the universe, there's so much to be said about that. I will say this, I feel like some of the strongest magic is born from love and hate. And yeah, some of the strongest magic is love and hate. Is born from both of those things. And that's for a reason. Those are just extreme expressions of an emotion. And usually hate comes from some level of fear, rejection, something of inferiority, ignorance, a combination of all of that. And there's just, it's so intense, it can produce some powerful magic. But love for me, I have hexed in the name of love. I've cursed in the name of love because hey, Miss Sweets, I have loved, you ever loved somebody in romantic, your child, family, best friend, whatever. Have you ever just loved someone like, usually there's blood, if not a romantic partner with this one, but for someone in my family, I love them so much. I did curse somebody for them. I wanted this person to feel the physical pain that they inflicted on someone I loved. And that was a very strong spell. And because of my love offerings to ancestors and connecting in the name of love, they assisted me. So you see how that shows up like that? It's not just like a one layer thing. The me loving and lovingly preparing offerings and connecting and just communing with ancestors, they were able to show up for me in the name of love to kick some butt. Different ways to express love in witchcraft. So, again, I talked about kitchen witchcraft, cooking with intention, stirring love into your tea, blessing meals. It doesn't have to be for somebody else, it could just be for yourself. Charm bags for love and for comfort. To me, I think that's one of the, I don't want to say low level, but easy to do type things. But like, you can have rose quartz and lavender, maybe some cinnamon carried for that warmth. Ginger works the same way, self compassion and attraction in a little baggie, and just keep that on your person near you where you sleep, things like that. Here's another one, writing letters to the universe, writing love letters to yourself, your spirit guides, or even the universe as a way of gratitude and manifestation. This takes the gratitude thing up another notch. And I like that. Ancestral work and love. So honoring your ancestors, I talked about this with love. It strengthens protection. With love, strengthens protection and guidance. Um, I don't know, of course, personally, all of my ancestors. Wait, Miss Sweet says, I feel that ancestors come through even in a fight. Yes, in the name of love. But honoring them, it wasn't always part of my practice, just out of just not knowing how fully. But once I was open in the most dramatic way possible, but they came to me, and we've been together. We go together real bad, me and my ancestors, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that I have the knowledge, uh, the power, and the ability to recognize they are communicating with me. They do care about me. They want what's best for me in this life, and I believe that as long as I commune, I think I'll be elevated as well. I tell my kids, I said, listen, regardless of what you believe or don't believe, revere me and my passing. um, Revere me, venerate me. We'll see. I'd like to believe that they will. Um, okay. So I want to talk about altars for love. So creating a love altar. Now, over in this space, you see like a lot more pink. This is my Aphrodite altar. And she may not stay here because I'm making um some changes again eventually soon here, but she may not stay in this location, but I'll keep my Aphrodite altar. But Aphrodite represents love to me, and the power that comes with that. If you ever work with Aphrodite, it's magnificent. She has just shown me all different ways of divine love. It's been a beautiful experience working with her. But anyway, creating a love altar dedicated to self love, divine love, or attracting harmonious relationships. Emphasis on relationships can be romantic, maybe not, but that's great. I eventually am going to add her altar altar to my vanity in my bedroom because I think that's a better place for her. So I'll be putting her there, and that way I'll continue the engagement. Prior to working with Aphrodite with this, I worked with Oshun, and I plan on working with her over the summer. We're doing this thing at my coven without going too far into it, where we're gonna basically study and attempt to work with. Some of us have already worked with these goddesses, orishas, and things like that, but we're doing like a special effort, like 4 in a year. So first part of the year was Aphrodite, and Oshun comes in the summer, and I'm really looking forward to that. Um, Words of power and loving speech and witchcraft. So being mindful of self-talk. Now, I've already teased this. How do you talk about yourself? A lot of people just say things and they don't think too hard about it, but you should be mindful. When casting spells, avoid words that create doubt. Speak with love and confidence because your words are spells. So, this is going to be important even when you're not doing a spell and you're talking to people. I caution you saying things like, if it's not one thing, it's another. It's always something going, wrong. People talk like that, or people say, and like they just speak negative about their situation. Um, oh, I knew it was too good to be true because stuff like that doesn't happen to me. I've actually heard people say things like, I never win anything. I never get anything. That never happens for me. I'm like, and it never will. If you keep talking like that, you're telling the universe you believe. Okay, let's take the woo out of it. You believe these words, and as long as you believe it, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You won't win because you won't even play because you already know you're not going to win. So you're going to guarantee it. Now put the woo woo back in it. You are speaking to the universe. You're telling spirits around you, no, not me. I don't want it because I don't deserve it. That's what it sounds like. I don't deserve it. And even if I receive it, I won't really fully accept it because my faith in me thinking I don't deserve it or it never is for me is stronger than any gratitude I could express for actually having it. You got to really dig a little bit deeper with some of this stuff. So, how the universe responds to love on that page, love as a boomerang. So, what we send out always comes back. Love, gratitude, joy, multiply. This is not to make you like extremely overly focused and like I should say hyper focused on um how your thoughts are because we are in human bodies having a human experience. And a lot of us, we need mentors, we need guides to help us kind of keep that a little bit more disciplined and straight. And a lot of us just don't have it. So we're winging it. So you might have the stray thought that is maybe a lot more negative than you would have preferred. And you might have a string of those thoughts. Don't beat yourself up about that. TK says, I definitely need to be mindful of the things I say. Great point. Yeah. This is kind of in that capacity. Love magic for prosperity and protection. So prosperity spell using love. This is just like high level. Honey jars, sweetening yourself to abundance, right? You're sweetening yourself to abundance. This is a sticking point. I talked about years ago, I had an issue where I had this complex that I always thought, I knew this was going to do this. Let me silence my phone. Sorry. Somebody telling me they about to take some money for me. Thank you. Anyway, but yeah, I used to think the rug will always be pulled out from underneath of me. I was one of those people who believed that if things are going great, it's going to come to an end. It's always going to end, and it's going to end bad for me. Hello, Fate of the Forest 444. I really did have like those really, and I had to figure out where, like, I had to do some deep stuff to figure out where the frick is this coming from? Do I have proof, or is this just my mind making proof out of nothing because I want to be right about myself? But why would I want to be right about this? But I had to do a lot of work on undoing those types of thinking. One of those things is doing a honey jar on yourself, just to sweeten your disposition about receiving from the universe abundance. Another thing is in the same vein, green candles dressed with cinnamon, basil for attracting money with your loving intention. So you're still doing all the same things, but you're adding that loving intention. I like when I hear some women, who was, I don't know her name. She was on that show. Shoot, I'm trying to remember. I'm bad with stuff, names and stuff. Oh my God. It's a young, rich, and African. I think that's the name of the show. It was on Netflix. It's like a reality show. And the Connie, she was in the first season. And I saw a clip, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what she said. She was like, "Money loves me. Money loves me." I, she was talking like this, and it was a serious interview. She was like, "Money loves me. Oh, money will find me. It loves me. I love spending money, and money loves me." And I love her talking like that. But like, that's the kind of thing you want to put out there. Oh, money loves me, honey. I look good when I got money. I look good. Money looks so good on me, and that's why it's always on me, because it loves me. It's obsessed with me, that type of thing. And now let's talk protection through love. So, love based protection instead of fear based. So, an example, instead of keep harm away, you would say, I am always surrounded by love and safety. You see what we're doing here? And this kind of flies in the face of some practices and how some people interpret protection spells, even myself in the past. But like I said, I've been on this journey for some years now, and just trying to do better at not putting the negative out to the universe and just speaking truly what it is. I always feel safe. I always feel love. That has power. That intention has power in it just as much as keep harm away, right? Okay. Rose water blessings. So washing your doorways with rose water for protection and peace. Yes, rose water. A lot of people, and I'm somebody, I love working some of my practice where it to the casual observer would look very much like hoodoo. I don't say that. I do the modern version of hoodoo. We'll just say that. More about that on Friday. I do my modern version. So I just say my folk practices, my indigenous folk practice magic. But where I might be using something else, or vinegars and things like that. But I also like using something like rose water. And you can make your own rose water. That's a good thing about it. Be careful if you're getting store bought, like from the supermarket roses, because they might be treated. Just something to think about. But if you are able to not get that kind, you can make some really good rose water, and you can use it on you. And, but definitely on your doorways and things like that. It's all about your intention with this. So you want to say that, I'm always safe. I'm always in the safety of my home. This is where love dwells, something like that. Faye of the Forest says, I started telling myself every day is a good day, and I have had more good days since I started doing this. Yes, why not? Why not? And that's respecting your energy. and realizing you don't have to be in this reactive state all the time. This is something, trust me, I'm practicing what I preach, because the days since this year has been, every day is like a breaking news moment, and you start to, it gets a little heavy. But we have to live. We still have goals and dreams and witching to do and things of that nature. Um, and some of it's going to be tied around politics and reacting to whatever the new country that we're turning into, and what that looks like, and protection and all that. But one of the greatest things that we have, and I think it's a superpower, is love, because they never see that coming. There's literally conversations about empathy being a negative, in that other world, talk. Those other people, how they talk. Empathy is considered negative. Empathy is what makes us human and makes us able to love. Otherwise, you just accumulate people like possessions. But we're going to keep it positive. Rose water blessings for protection through love. This is what I'm talking about. You see how even in the conversation, it's like I redirect myself. It's not just for you guys' benefit, because I could literally just keep going. It's for myself, because I want to stay in the vibration of where I started. I'm acknowledging, but I'm staying in the vibration of where I started. That's not fake positivity. That's acknowledging. I know what I can do. I do the things, but I'm going to stay on the energy that I'm going to respect the energy that I'm bringing. So the power of loving boundaries. On that note, the stronger our self love, the stronger our energetic shield. That's another thing that I've been putting to the test. I'm going to repeat that. The stronger our self love, the stronger our energetic field, or shield, excuse me, will feel, the energetic shield. I take extra precaution, because I realize I am valuable, I am important, I am someone, um, to be kept safe. I'm someone who is loved and needs to be kept safe, um, in my expressions, whether I'm in my home or out and about. And since I truly believe that, I do create a shield around me where it's like, oh, she not the one. Don't come to her with that BS. She's not the one. And I'm not the one. So you would be they would be right. I'm not the one. Don't come over here with that BS now. With the hateful energy or violence or anything like that. Don't come over here with that. It's not gonna end well. I feel like the energy I give is a repellent to some people like that. And or it has been up until this point. So manifesting love and abundance together. So the heart chakra plays a huge role in manifestation. Love and abundance go hand in hand. I agree. Love magic isn't just about romance, as I talked about. It's about creating a life full of beauty, joy, and ease. This is tapping into people who talk about living a soft life, women who talk, well, people, because at this point it's not just women who talk like this, but living a soft life. People who want to move. I did a spell, and it was a recurring spell that I would just do, an affirmation where I say I basically want joy and a life of luxuries and things of that nature, and wealth, but with ease. I want it with ease. I don't want to hustle for this. I want it with ease. That has been instrumental in my life as well. But this has been on this journey of self love and I mean self discovery for sure, but definitely self love, uh, and just sort of building something even stronger inside of me. Uh, but I don't think everything has to be hurtful, and to break. Like I don't want to be broken and trying to put myself together to reach these moments. I don't think that's necessary, or to sacrifice. I don't think that's necessary either, to approach it like that. But I know some people feel differently. Um, I will say I've noticed that when I lead with love, whether in money, spells or relationship friendships, even home protection, I do truly believe that everything aligns faster. Um, when I truly love, and we're going to take this to something that maybe isn't that doesn't appear to be that deep, but it is. Years ago, it was like the year before. I went to go see, not last year, the year before, yeah. I went to the Renaissance concert to see Beyonce, but I had talked about how I was manifesting tickets because I wasn't sure if it was going to be very easy for me to do it and how expensive it was going to be. I'd never seen Beyonce in concert. I knew that I wanted to be a part of it because there was something magical going on and I wanted to see it with my own eyes. So I didn't have a straight plan. I didn't know, but I knew that was going to happen. And just my love for the art itself. I just want to be clear. The Renaissance, the work of Renaissance, the album, the actual music, I fell in love with that album. I rarely was somebody who listens from beginning to end, the whole album, just the whole thing, no skips. I did that in the beginning for weeks. That's what I was consuming. I was really into it. And then eventually I would skip around to like my old favorites, but for the most part I listened to it from beginning to end. And I basically fell in love with the work, which is as an artist, that's what you want, right? Or you want somebody to feel something. I felt something, and I felt love for it. So that was fueling my desire to see her perform this work live. And I truly believe that had everything because I did go. I did, in fact, go. Got the t shirt to prove it, but I did, in fact, go. And it was amazing. And I got to go with some people I love, some of my favorite people. Somebody flew in from across the country and we went together. So it was so fun. And it was amazing that I experienced this. Fast forward this year, um, I was live talking. I don't even know what the topic was, but it was the day that some other concert tickets went up, and I really, really, really wanted to go because their work I've connected with. I love their work, their personalities that they choose to share with us. Because the whole parasocial relationship, and now I'm in a K-pop world, which goes crazy. I definitely felt like there's love there for all the members, and they talk about like the things they want to achieve and their obstacles and things like that in their life, and you see their highs and their lows. You've been following this group and they encourage the parasocial relationship. I didn't know if I would get the tickets, and I got really freaked out because I didn't think I was going to get the tickets, but I did. And I that was something I definitely put magical work into, and it was a rough day because it sold out immediately before I could buy the tickets, and I thought my world was crashing around me, and I'm like, "All right, where else am I gonna go?" I knew I was going to LA, but then the LA show was over, like I said, it sold out, so then I was like, "Do I if they had something in further North California, so I can go there?" And I was thinking, "Well, maybe I'll go to Texas." I was gonna see them regardless, but I just needed to know, like, how much money is involved in this process. So right after I got off that live, I had gotten a message from it was a bunch of us. We're all trying to do it. My daughter is one of the people. And she's like, they got another show. They're doing another show in LA. So I will be in LA in June seeing Stray Kids, who I really love that group. And if you know nothing about Stray Kids or K-pop or anything, I love their sound, and they're worth checking out. They're a really interesting group of men. Two of them are, yeah, they're all Korean, but they were not born or raised in Korea. They're from Australia, so it's a really cool group, and their dynamic is really interesting. But things align faster when there's love involved, when it's the power of love fueling the intention, the desire, or whatever. It goes interesting. Now, notice I didn't speak on any kind of too much negative on the opposite end, because I think that Can you love someone too much, especially as a witch, as a practitioner, and you're wielding magic? Can you love someone too much and have a negative consequence? Yes. There is a such thing as too much. But at that point, are we talking love or are we talking control? Are we talking obsession? Are we talking some other, you know, confusion, um, mis misdirected energy and it needs to be focused on self-love? Um, Usually that's what that's about, and it's not just coming from the power of love. There's some other stuff, um, taking that energy and twisting it into something that's not really for anybody's benefit. Okay, so I have a question. what's what's one love-based practice you want to bring into your craft more? Let me know in the chat. So what is one love-based practice that you want to bring into your craft more? For me, I already speak affirmations and I do love that. Um, I think I want to do something more with that. I think I want to increase, I guess, do it more often. And I think I want to do more mantras as well and like chant the mantra. I want to create my own special ones for that purpose. And I have, but I want to do, I think for me, just more into the practice, just add more to it. Um, yeah. I think that that's for me. Just increase it more since I realize how powerful it is. So, my closing thoughts on this, again, we're going to go ahead and wrap up soon. So, takeaways: love is a dynamic, magical force that transforms your life. If to see someone experiencing the joy of love for whatever it is, it could be love for a project. You finally started this great career path, or you started a business, and your genuine passion and love for what you're doing, and or just having the ability to do it. You see this with people maybe after divorce and stuff like that. And it's like they genuinely love. It's like, why do they love doing this thing so much? Because they can. And of feeling like you're kind of free and you don't have binds of whatever, the relationship was, especially people coming out of like abusive type situations. The way they hold on to people or things, and you can tell is genuine love. They're just like shining. Insky says, I think an affirmation in sigil form would be best for me. Yeah, I don't say them, but a shape image will help me write. If you need something and you don't know what, just a heart, the heart. How, if you want to just, do your heart or something like that. How, this is the only way I know that I know. How do other people do it? Like, I don't know, like this. I don't know. I've seen different people do it in odd ways. Not odd, just different from my way. But yeah, like your heart, yeah, focusing on your heart. Um, Hold up the cake pop finger hearts in the mirror each morning. Yeah. This is gonna be me going forward. That'll be me. um, Listening to like just to mess with my brain a little bit. I'll be listening to Stray Kids. I like it. Where they're basically saying like not love. That's why it's funny. Anyway, self-love is the foundation of strong, effective magic. You really got to believe in your stuff. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your power, your abilities, and there's a level of love that needs to be there. That's that fuel right there. Love spells aren't just about romance. This is one of our takeaways. Uh, they're about prosperity, protection, and growth. Um, if you guys like this kind of conversation, you like this discussion that we have here, um, feel free to hit the like button because that helps. Subscribe as well, share, and the join button as well to join Leap Taken membership. Um, I do have a place if you like having this type of dialogue, and I'm trying to encourage this more on Discord. Leap Taken, Safe Place for Witches. The link is in the description. So if you want to kind of carry this over, I'm up for that. um, because I would like to talk more about this. And it's been my personal self discovery of doing this, but I feel confident it's working to have more conversations. And I think love is the most powerful magic that we actually have. Um, Use it boldly, intentionally, and I think it's interesting to sit back and just watch how the universe, spirit, your ancestors, other witches, other practitioners, people respond, um, to just see you boldly loving, feeling loved, whatever that looks like, however you choose to express that. We need that right now. It's not fake. It's not, oh, you're just trying to create like a fake kumbaya situation. No, 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 no. There, I talked about using the power of love to hex somebody. So it's we need to tap into that when everything feels dark and lost, and it just seems like our ways of being is potentially being threatened. The way we knew life as we knew our mundane life. Love is important. It's the one thing that we have. If you're a person of color, if you're a black person specifically, they never see that coming. Loving yourself, loving each other. This is not the same as love your enemies, because I'm not saying that, but through the power of love for humanity, for people. I yeah, to you can curse somebody with that, with the power of that love. Love these lives. They are a safe space for me. I'm glad you feel that way, and that's my intention. Um, I don't even know how to do fake positivity, honestly, because I would get sick. You would see my face as soon as I say something like, we just gotta love people through it. You can't love everybody through things. I'm not even suggesting anything crazy like that. Joining Discord after the stream, please do. Hey, Jim Jones, you should. I want to encourage this more of a dialogue, and I am very quick if I see. I mean, gratefully, I haven't had a lot. I think I've had one, two people over the course of the time that I've had it open or started it that I've had to like remove people. So all this time, only two people. So that's good, because in other spaces is not like that. But I would encourage a dialogue, not just to me, but to each other, whoever wants to comment. Like, what is in your practice? How are you using love as a power in your witchcraft? Is we could take that discussion over there, and I'll definitely come over there later today and add some insights and things like that as well. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up because I still have my egg rolls, which are a little cold now. Shrimp egg rolls, the air fryer, nothing fancy. But I am hungry and I want to eat. I'm back to intermittent fasting by accident. I decided I'm working out as an act of love. I work out in a day. That's why I don't have any makeup on, because I got so hot, so very hot. Makeup wasn't gonna happen because I might have sweated that makeup off. I'm shocked. The fact that my hair is down, it's only down because I put it back down. It was just like haphazardly put up because I was doing a K-pop workout. There is a woman here on YouTube. I don't remember the name of her channel off the top of my head, but anyway, she's on YouTube. Uh, a European woman, very blonde hair, and she out there. She's doing these. She's created for free. She's created routines, workout routines. And she's doing like a 21-day spring thing with all girl K-pop groups. And it's a workout. And it is a workout. Yesterday, so I'm on day 3. Day 1, I was like, oh, it built up a sweat, but I felt okay. Day 2, she brought out the weights. I happen to have some weights. So I did that yesterday. And today, I guess it was leg day. And I'm kicking front kicks, back kicks. And in the midst of all that, I started my yoga back up again. So I'm doing yoga first thing in the morning with my cup of whatever, because sometimes it's like coffee, or I'm doing like this mushroom chai sometimes. Anyway, so my warm cup of something. And I'm out there doing yoga in the living room in the morning when I get up. And then I switch over to something more high impact. And moving, especially as a fire sign, I know this, but I don't always see it through. Movement keeps me grounded. I need to work off steam. Either I'm on that treadmill, I'm doing some kind of workout routine, I need to be having sex with somebody. Like it need to be something going on, because I might punch a wall. I might punch a wall over here. So it's how we stay grounded and halfway sane. That energy, you got to release that energy. That's respecting your energy. You have to release it somewhere. You need to be doing something physical. I'm gonna just say that. Some of us, it needs to come out. You got to get that out, right? All right, and then I'll stop after I said all that. But yeah, anyway, I forgot to eat because I was doing all the things. I'm trying to drink a freaking, this is heavy, a jug of water. This is like I think this is 64 ounces. I think, yeah, 64 ounces in here. So I'm trying to get at least one of these down. And then I don't count like tea or anything like that. I just started putting lion's mane in my coffee. There you go. We got to do something. And this is honestly just that act of self-love and self-care, which is steeped in self-love. So doing these additional things, it, yeah, helps with your anxiety. The Okay, real quick, the Rise brand, I don't know any other brand. I gotta figure it out. I'm just lazy. But the Rise brand, the mushroom chai that they do, has given me so much energy and clarity. Like I think straight with it. I can focus a little bit more. I haven't taken it every single day because sometimes I just get tired of that taste. So I kind of need like, I think I want to get the mushroom coffee because I like the taste of coffee. And I drink decaf. I don't actually, I have to be, well, safe. Um, that sounds amazing. What is it? The Rise mushroom chai. It has, I know it has the lion's mane in it, and it's a bunch of different mushrooms, but they add the chai flavors that you're accustomed to, like, was it like cinnamon, cardamom, and all that other stuff? Those earthy, warm blends, herbal blend with the mushroom. And I use soy milk because we got to get that soy in. um, so add the soy milk in, and I'll do like a little bit of raw honey. Delicious. It is it's actually very soothing, very warm. My daughter loves that. But I want to try the coffee next because I just get sick of the same thing. I just want something different some mornings. Um, then I do my womb tea that I got from a local apothecary here, black owned store. You have a soy allergy? Oh no, oat milk is another good one then. Um, I am grateful I don't have a soy allergy. Because one of the things my doctor recommended for me is to increase my soy intake. So I do tofu more often than I will ever, because I never really got into tofu. Edamame. I Let me tell you, the way I season those things, you think I put them in a bag and you think it was crab legs. The way I'm over here seasoning them, it's like I'm cracking the pods open, popping them in my mouth. I treat those like crab legs, like a seafood boil by the time I'm done with that pomade. That's how I get down. And then I like them toasted as a snack too. Yeah. And this is where I'm going to stop before we get into a whole conversation about this. That does not need to be having, just derails everything I was talking about. But anyway, thank you all. I appreciate you all, and for communicating and talking and engaging with me. I appreciate it. That's why I like lives. I realize I need the engagement. I will be back on Friday. Friday's going to be kind of a big deal. I'm teasing the things. I created something. I did a thing. I can't wait to share it with you. I'm really proud of my work, and there's even more to come. That's the crazy part. I'm not done. There's literally more loaded up in the chamber coming, and I can't wait to discuss those. But in the meantime, I have some really cool things to talk about on Friday. The power of food, love. But thanks for another good chat today. Yes, my love of food. We're going to talk about it. We're going to extend a little bit more of this conversation and then some on Friday, because I have some really cool things I can't wait to talk about. I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to just talk about it now if I don't shut up. All right. Have a good day. Happy Wednesday. All right. I'm done. Like, subscribe, share, all the YouTube stuff. Bye.